F1 2020.
Welcome to the
I'm
beginning
back,
of your Formula One journey.
and we are
Before competing at the top
redoing
level, many drivers will race.
Formula 2 is
the
one of the key
F2 career.
steps many drivers will take on the path to Formula 1. It is a championship where the best up-and-coming drivers
So yeah,
in the
today
world must
I'll be
compete
doing
in
the
identical
full
cars
F2
to
career,
hone
and
their skills
obviously
and showcase their
it's
talent
gonna
to the
take
teams in the F1 paddock.
multiple episodes, so
Whichever
it'll
Formula
just
2
be
experience you choose,
Bahrain
your
today.
performance in the championship matters.
And
Finish high up in the table,
I feel
and
like
your
we're
Formula
being
1
full
career
treat
will
this
start on
time,
high,
and
allowing you to more easily negotiate
gonna
with the
stick
top
with the
teams
same
on the grid.
F1 team that I'm gonna go to, but I'll change to different team that I'll drive in Formula 2. And that team is the Italian team of Trident. So we've got to choose the Mercedes Driver Academy. And then I'll just set up all this. Go to 95 AI, I'll be decreasing it by 94 AI, I'll be decreasing it by 6. 25% race, full, not full qualifying, but yeah, full. And gameplay settings, full damage, race starts manual, although it still says assisted. Need to change that, but I've decided not to. I decided to go onto the thing that I can't change. Oh well. So here we are at the end of practice, and it's gonna be P18, just trying to do one of the practice programs which you can now do if you do the full F2 in career, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Went up into the garage, I was like, is that practice program so I can see? You only were allowed to do just the
quick look at the
sprint and
classification
feature
at
race
the
last
end
time.
of the session. Then here are your top.
But P18, improvement needed for qualifying. So here we are at qualifying. Zakir in Bahrain International Circuit. Do the flyover and see me in the car. I'm gonna wave to you all. So Bahrain, got to make sure that we do well here. It's the first weekend, so yeah, I'm just going to do one lap, but make sure it's on the correct setup and tyres. But I'm going to speed it up and go out when I want to. Very dead of the session, basically. So here we are at the very dead of the session, basically. Went out as soon as I saw everyone else going out on track, and yeah, we're gonna remember that. Can I beat him? So let's see, can we beat him? But we're gonna go on board with this lap now. Flick open the DRS, and we're gonna come across the line to start our lap as our wheel is once again twitching. It is very broken, if you don't already know. Keeps twitching all the time, but we go to turn 1, we done it quite nicely. Go to turn 2, well, curb at the exit to turn 3. Going towards turn 4 now. Gonna brake just after the 100-meter board, I think. Go past the apex, nicely done. And we're just gonna ride this curb a little bit in the start of sector 2. Third commentator on that is now qualifying is complete as our wheel jutters again as we go towards treacherous turn 9 and 10 as our wheel is once again going haywire like it's a cow and it's just seen grass for the very first time. But as we go into the old pit straight now, we're gonna go into turn 11, wheel very broken. So we go towards turn 12 now, and seems to be fine when I turn, but complete opposite when I'm on the straight. So on turn 14, we're half a tenth up on Galeo's time, which I thought was pole time. So as we come to the second final corner, our wheel pushes us off the track. We're going to see if that has affected our time. But as we go close to the line, it has affected our time. So this will be the one and only time that I flashback, and there we go. Flashback kept it close to the track this time, but it isn't enough to warrant a second flashback. So we're gonna come across the line. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be It's gonna be P14. 7th row of the grid. Not too bad for our first qualifying, but better than practice, so can't really complain. So halfway through to level
The grid is all
2.
set for the race tomorrow, but before we go,
Have
let's quickly
restarted
remind
it
ourselves
fully
of our top
by
3, which are
using
Aitken,
a
Boccalacci, and
first
Jordan
account.
King. The grid is
because the other one was a second account. But as we go towards the race, let's hear from
hello and welcome
the
from the Bahrain
real
International
commentator.
Circuit here in Sakhir. Down on the grid, the engineers are making their last checks, and today's race will be underway shortly. Plenty of opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit for these young F2 drivers to show what they can do. The best passing opportunity right up there at turn 1, and we should see plenty of action there. But there's another not long after at turn 4. There are 9 right-handers, 6 left-handers, and the possibility that we could see some flat spots at the tightest of those left-handers. That's turn 10. Davide, you're a 3-time winner around here in 1 week, I believe, back in 2012. How on earth do you make the tyres last around this racetrack? They degrade so quickly.
To be honest, the key to the race is having a good start so you can get your car into a good position. Then save the tires as much as you can and push just at the end.
As we're now moments away from the off, let's take a look at the grid order in which they'll start today's race. Jack Aitken lines up on pole position, and it's Dorian Boccalacci in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have King, Joe, Nick de Vries, Ander Lacey, Hubert, Correa, Calderon, Callum Ilott, Giotto, Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin, the engineer, Matsushita, Latifi, Galeo, and Louis Delatraz. Sete Camara, Mahavir Raghunathan starts from the back of the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So here we are on the black screen. I'm going to start the race now. I've already restarted it due to the wheel being broken again. But 5 lights are on and it's lights out and away we go. Lining up behind Mazepin and Schumacher, and our wheel is, that's not my wheel's fault, that's just my fault on the acceleration. So Latifi's got past us, we moved down to P17, but we're going to make a little bit of a dive bomb, try and force ourselves into P13, then to still on the inside of turn 2, but we get it free by taking the right line. And now we've got Tatiana Calderon and Michael Schumacher ahead of us, but as we break a lot later than Calderon, we have to go avoid an action, which allows Matsushita to go on our inside. But we do well and we get ahead of him, and now we can focus on Tatiana Calderon, which we do later on in the lap. This is where my favourite place to overtake. Can't make it on the outside, so we're going to switch back to the inside. Weren't going to make the move, but I missed my breaking point, so might as well do the move. But now we are immediately onto the back of Schumacher. We're going to go to the outside, into the penultimate final corner, which should be the final corner, but this little kink here is the final corner, but we've made a move, and it's P11 for us. And in the exact same spot, I've missed my breaking point again, but Luca Giotto's loudly through, it's still there, but we've made it, and it's P10. But I don't want P10, I want P9 from Ilott, and it's round the outside. Can we do the exact same as with the freeze, as we did with Calderon and Schumacher? Not quite yet, but we're going to go to catch up with the freeze, and we're going to send him up the main straight, because we've got DRS gonna open it as our teammate sets the fastest lap. DRS in the F2 cars. Can we do it? We're gonna go to the inside this time. Gonna go into turn 1. We make the move, and that's P8, which will be reverse grid pole for the sprint race. As we finish that lap, we set the fastest lap. But it's for only not too long, as Jack Aiken now sets it. But at the end, Luca Giotto sets it. But it's P8 first, reverse grid pole. And who's going to be driver of the day? Hey, it's us! Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Now let's go to the podium celebration.
So another fantastic victory for Campos today. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
Although the Formula 2 cars are all the same spec, the winner just looked better out there. It would have been a combination of getting those tires up to running temperature faster and driving to the condition on track. They made it look easy out there today.
I can see them on their way out to the podium now. Campos have come a really long way in this sport, and what a special race this was to see them earn the top spot.
So there we go, Dorian Boccolacci wins the race, and done well to just get 8th for us in that race. So yeah. But next up, we're going to look at the XP that we've got from that race, and does it give us enough to get to level 2? It will tell me. 800 XP, 0 bonus, current tier, still tier 1. Okay, should get that in the second race if we win it.
It's
and
time
if
to
we
see
lose
how this
F2,
result
they
affects
do
the
two
drivers'
races.
Dorian
One is
Boccolacci
done
takes
by
over the
qualifying.
lead of the
That
drivers' championship
starts
after that
with
excellent
qualifying.
result. And now,
Second
Davide
starts
Valsecchi, let me ask
with
you, who is your
this
driver
race.
of the day?
The
Today,
top 8
I
are
think I'll
reversed.
give it to the
So
Trident
I'm
driver.
gonna
Look
start
at where
on
they finished
Cole
compared to where they
for
started.
the
It's not
next
easy
race,
to cut through
and
the field like that in Formula 2.
but
So
for a little
it was
bit,
great
I'm just
effort.
gonna
And now a
leave
look at the
you
team
with
standings.
the
Campos
highlights
moved
of that
to the
race,
top of the table.
and I'll come back when
After
the
all
highlights
this
are
drama,
finished.
you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
So the highlights have ended, and it's time for the second race of the weekend. Commentator time.
Welcome back for the final event of the weekend, the sprint race. Here, the top 8 from yesterday's feature race are reversed to make up the grid below us. And in just a few minutes, those drivers will be hurtling down into turn 1. Joining me for the race today, I'm delighted to welcome back to the commentary box the 2012 GP2 champion, Davide Valsecchi. Davide, it's great to have you with us for today's race. Any tips for our drivers out on the track today?
It's a real pleasure to be here, Alex. We are in for a spectacular day in Formula 2. My advice is to stay calm, look after the car, look after the tires, but don't be afraid to push when you see an opportunity. Using the DRS on some of those long straights will be crucial for the driver looking to make a challenge.
So here we are back on the grid for the sprint race of the Bahrain weekend, and let's see if we can turn this reverse grid pole into a race win as we get ready for 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we go. We've got a kind of good start, but the wheel spin has made us slow down a little bit. We've had to get off the pole, so that's allowed Correa and Hubert go past us. There's Jack Aiken on our inside. And we'll go through the middle of Hubert and Aiken. We get through both of them, and let's put us back up into P2. So now we need to go chase down Correa and take back our P1, which will be good because we'll get 15 points for that, unlike the feature race. So here we are at the end of lap 1, and I'm just going to tell you the points. Top 8 get points in this race, and it's basically 3rd to 10th points version, so instead of the 25 points for first, you'll get 15, which you will get for 3rd in the feature race. But we need all the points we can get, and we're right behind Correa. We've forced him into a mistake. He's locked up, but we've got to take every opportunity we can. We've gone down his inside, as that's given us a purple sector and the fact that P1. But as we come to the end of the lap, we've set the fastest lap. So, and then we come to the end of lap number 3, and Hubert now takes the fastest lap from us. And then we look at the championship standings as Hubert takes another fastest lap and will be 5th in the championship at this rate. But as we come towards the end of lap 5, we lose it, and Hubert has had to back out from trying to overtake us now. But as we're going to be on board for the rest of the last 2 laps, Hubert is challenging us the most, and if I won't perform in my team, I may just replace him with Hubert. Whoever's the most push me the most in this will replace Ilot if Ilot doesn't do well when I restart my team. But as we come to the end of lap 5, Hubert is still right behind us because we've got the temperature panel up. We've got to make sure that we keep them on the specific temperature, which I do not know, otherwise they will malfunction. As Hubert, we go to the inside now, and he's gone to the outside, but he's got first for a slight second as we brake a lot later than him. We've got first, and now we're going to try and see if we can hold Hubert back for another position and make a slight move, and that's allowed Correa to try and now battle Hubert as we go towards turn 4, the end of sector 1. Hubert and Correa, they're still battling if you're looking at the virtual rearview mirror, and Correa loses out, and now Hubert can try and come back and challenge me again for the second race victory of the year, or the first sprint race victory. As we go down to turn 10, the treacherous turn 10, Hubert has gained on us quite a bit now, as I could have broke a lot later. There's now the top 5 are within 2 seconds of each of us, as Hubert doesn't want to make the move. But there's only 1 straight left. We might have this victory, and if Hubert has dropped off a bit. He's not close enough for an overtake on the final straight, I don't think. But as we make a little bit wide moment of that corner, Hubert may have a chance to come at us now. Our wheel is twitching once again, but it doesn't twitch us into the wall. And we've made it through the 2 final corners, and we're going to come across the line to win our first ever Formula 2 victory. And what hard work it was. And well done Tatiana Calderon for driver of the day.
Team today. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
I think this race was won thanks to the tire management. You have to remember, it's not just about going as fast as you can. It's about consistency. It's about maintaining your speed over an entire race distance. So being able to keep the lap time
Well done, Giuliano.
while still
5th, not
respecting
too
the
bad for the
tires,
team.
that's where they won today.
It's the part we've all been waiting for, the podium finish, and it's
Hey,
probably one of the
there's
more
my podium
unexpected
celebration.
finishes in a while. Trident take the victory, and Trident have made huge strides within F2 recently, and today proves that they're not only
What a way
still
to
in the
win.
race, they're in it to win. Congratulations to
British,
everyone
French
on the
and
team.
American flag up there. All blue, white and red. But with that win, that should give us enough XP points to move up to tier 2. And it should, when I asked Jeff, it said we would be in 5th in the championship. I don't think much had changed in that since then. There we go, tier 2. So I think if we look at it now, we are 2nd in the championship.
After this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the
First
drivers'
and
table.
fifth
Jordan
for
King takes the lead
Trident
in
in
the
that
Drivers'
race,
Championship.
not
Now
too
then,
bad.
Davide Valsecchi, who
Yes,
would
we
you say
are
is your
fifth.
driver of the day?
Leapfrogged our teammate by 5 points.
She was fast, aggressive, everything a top class
Giuliano
driver needs.
down in
On to the
8th,
teams
but
then.
where
Campos
is the
moves to
team
the top
in the
of the table.
standings?
That's the end of today's race.
Second.
Thank you for joining us, and I'm sure you'll
Second,
agree it's a great race.
but only
It
by
sets us
12
up
points.
nicely
Campos
for the next
ahead.
installment in a
So,
few weeks' time. Take
Campos
care
are
from
big
Davide and
rivals
I.
for the
It's goodbye.
moment. But as the music will start playing now, I'm gonna have to say that's the end for today. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting why you like, subscribed, or disliked. But share with your friends because they have common interests. But until the next race, which will be in a couple of hours after this, I've been the Racengineer. I'll leave you with this and something special at the end. Until then, goodbye.